welcome to another edition of the Leaders Room. My name is Michael Kossler, and it's my pleasure today to be speaking with Dr. Paul Chan, the co-founder, vice chair, and president of Help University. Dr. Chan has had a very interesting career both as an academic, an economic advisor, and as an entrepreneur, as you'll learn during the course of this interview. He's read economics at the University of Malaya, McMaster University, Canada, and completed his PhD at the Australian National University. Dr. Chan has a very distinguished academic career, including being the chairman, Division of Applied Economics at the University of Malaya. And in 2012, he received the Premier Branch Icon Leadership Award for recognition of his contribution to the community. Paul, it's a pleasure to have you here with us today, and thank you for taking time to join us.
It's an honor for me to be here.
So let's start by talking about Help University. You started Help University in 1986. You literally started it in a shop lot with only 2 classrooms and 30 students. And I've got to confess to you, I had to look up what a shop lot is. It's literally a corner store in a building.
Yes.
And from there, Help has grown to become a household name here in Malaysia, and it's attracting international attention in the field of academia. What was it like starting something from the ground level up?
Actually, it's somewhat of a crazy idea to start an education institution in a shop lot.
Yeah.
Because you need to have a campus to do it. But I had no resources. But my wife and I had the conviction that it is a noble thing to do to provide equal access to the disadvantaged people, especially for tertiary education. So we had and still have a conviction that everyone deserves a sound education. May not be the best in the world, but a sound education that can prepare him to be successful in life. So the conviction became a cause. It's like a religious cause, you know.
Really?
So in our corporate motto, shall we say, educating is our cause. So I think that provides the drive and the purpose for setting up Help, and incidentally it means at that time higher education learning program. But later, about 15 years later, it became higher education learning philosophy. So it is our aspiration that in perhaps another 5 to 10 years, HELP stands for Help, Education, Learning Philosophy. Wow. So that's the background of how we started HELP.
That was your inspiration.
And we started only with about 25,000 ringgit, or about 5,000 US dollars, because academics don't have money, we are poor people. So it was very difficult even to get some seed capital. Well, who would believe that at that time you can start a private tertiary education and to have some quality, you know. So that was a real challenge.
That was a real challenge.
Yeah.
Well, I want to come back to Help in a little bit, but I'd like to focus on you and your own career path. And sometimes starting out with humble beginnings can be a real obstacle to one's career path and their advancement into leadership. And when we look back at your life, you were one of 9 children in your family. You had to come home from school and help your father in his own business, but yet you persevered. What were some of the lessons you learned simply in those humble beginnings? And how did they influence you?
I spent a great part of my life living in urban squatting areas. Actually, the 9 of us lived in a squatter settlement.
Wow.
There was no water, no electricity, no toilet facilities, and we used to sleep on the mud floor. And I can remember that every evening, my sister and my brothers, all of us had to carry water on kerosene can every evening. But I think that gives us the appreciation of good things in life, because we had nothing. So it made us emotionally resilient. It made us robust. And there's no such thing as hard work. Hard work becomes a virtue. So we are not scared of failures because there was nothing to fail. So every little success is a great celebration. So when you are so poor and so down below, everything becomes an achievement. So you continue to excel and build up on all the previous platforms. You see, my father was a petition writer in the streets of Kuala Lumpur, in Jalan Mountbatten, it was called.
Okay.
And when I was young, I accompanied him, and maybe every other month, he had to point his Olivetti typewriter. So I know